Hello, my name's Will, and God talks to me. And this is called Crazy Socks Talks, because when I said that statement, I had to go to a mental health facility. But it's still true. No, I'm not schizophrenic, and I want everyone to understand that there are some people that God's telling me I need to talk to. So that may sound crazy to you. It sounds crazy to me too. It's okay. But the first one that I know is Jordan Peterson. He was the first person God told me I wanted to speak to, and being that he's talking to me, I guess that's important. I don't know why. But I do know that I watched one of his videos where there was a Jewish gentleman, and I do mean that by his faith, that didn't understand suffering. So, because of that, I'm doing the word suffering and breaking it down for you so that you can see how God explained to me that suffering is important. But we choose how much we have to go through, right? And I know that that sounds bad with some of the worst things that have happened in this world, but we choose to inflict that suffering on others as humanity. It's not good, but it's a result of free will. And because of that, this is going to be a long video, but it does also go out to Jordan Peterson. I will tag you as I always try. But I know that you've helped me a lot, and if I have to continue to make these videos until you see me, I will do that. So today, we're going to talk about suffering. And I want everyone to realize I learn these things with you guys, right? I don't just know them. I just learn them. God shows me things. It's amazing. What does suffering mean? Suffering is a state of undergoing pain, distress, or hardship. I think that's a definition we can all agree upon, right? So what is pain? Pain is a physical discomfort or privation, right? We all know what distress is. It's when we're scared, right? And hardship is the undergoing of pain. So it's physical discomfort. We know that. Not comfortable. But not comfortable is not always not bad. Is not bad or good. But what is privation? That's a word I didn't understand. Privation. A state in which things are essential for human well-being, such as such as food, warmth, but those things being scarce or lacking. I actually misdid that. Such as food or warmth being either scarce or lacking, right? So those things being scarce or lacking, well, see, God calls us to do things like fasting, giving up things, giving up a whole day of your week just to God alone, which I'm doing today. It's the Sabbath, and this is how I do it, trying to help other people. And I love you guys. So that's privation, right? But he calls us to do that through prayer and fasting. But when it's forced upon us, that's pain and suffering, right? When we choose not to do these things for ourselves and get accustomed to privation through the methods of God's intention and understand him, we go through states of suffering, right? That's why. At any rate, but in order to know that, privation, right? I'm going to have to back this up a little bit. We have to know happiness. So happiness, what is happiness, right? We all want happiness. That's the opposite of suffering. We so think, but it's not, because we're wrong. Happiness is the act or feeling or showing of pleasure or contentment, right? Well, we all know that pleasure is what pleasure is, but what is content? What is content? Right? Because contentment is the feeling of being content. Well, what is content? In a state of peaceful, we all know that, right? Kind of. Happiness or feeling satisfied. Well, what is pleasure then? Right? Pleasure, enjoyment, entertainment, or gratification. So we all know that content is to be happy is to be content, feeling satisfied, like you've had enough, right? So pleasure is enjoyment or gratification. So what does it mean to be grateful? So hold on a second. In order to be happy, it's pleasure or contentment. Contentment is feeling satisfied, or it's enjoyment or entertainment or gratification. Well, gratification is to be grateful, to be gratified, which is to be grateful for that which you have, right? So what is grateful? Grateful is pleasure, especially from gain from the satisfaction of a desire. Oh, okay. So when you desire things of honesty and truth and of God, you're grateful because that's what God will give you. But if your desire is for things of lies and discontent and dishonesty, well, then you're upset because you don't get the things you want. That's an interesting theory. Thanks, God. What is a desire? A strong feeling of wanting something to happen. Now, whether that's getting something, doing something, appreciation, respect, all of those are desires. And they're neither good nor bad, but they're good if they're that of honesty. You desire honesty and love and truth, but they're bad if you desire evil and hurt and wickedness, right? This is a word, but that's what it means. So, what is a feeling? That is a good question. An emotional state or reaction. Well, we know what a reaction is, right? That's when we act in accordance to somebody else's action, right? It's reacting. I understand that. So, I personally don't like reacting. Reacting means that I'm doing what somebody else did. But what is this emotional state? Well, what does emotional mean? Emotional is an energy state either higher or lower than normal for a specific person or individual. My mistake. That is interesting, isn't it? I don't know where to go from there. So I do actually. Let's go back a little. I know I said this video's long, and I apologize if you didn't want to follow. Please do. Please like the video and follow. I'm going to be putting a little thing here. Please like the video and follow. I'll put a little thing there with the thumbs up. Please do that. I'm not that good at this stuff. I'm just trying to help people. God's talking to me, and people keep telling me or think I'm arrogant, I think, or I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to make any money from this. I'm going to start my own company, and it's going to be outside of all of this stuff. I just want people to know God. So I love you guys, but that is what pain. I love how I made pain small. Oh, pain, it's so bad, but it's really not. You can find pleasure in pain. Your body releases things that make it acceptable and understanding. You just have to focus, right? And that's exactly why. So now that we know an emotional state is an energy level higher or lower than for a specific individual based upon it being a reaction to what other people have done, right? And since it's a reaction to what other people have done, we know we should not do that, not react, which means over time we can control our emotional state, right? How? By being grateful and taking pleasure in gratitude, allowing us to be content, which truly is happiness in all its ways. And that's how we can avoid future suffering, right? Suffering, which is forced privation, which is to say, my final words on this topic, right? If you don't understand that you need nothing but God alone, which is to say honesty, right? If you do not understand that, stand under this statement. If you do not get it, ask me, I will help. But if you do not understand, you stand under God alone. He will allow you to suffer your other choices, consequences. So now that we understand where I'm coming from, where you get it, right? Now we're going to go over the next word, which is, I probably spelled it wrong. So I'm going to do it this way because I suck at writing. Right? Now we're here. That's the next word. And as always, I love y'all. Thanks for coming out.